This is Will Nunziata, New York City-based director and creator of theater, television, and film. And today I am thrilled to be speaking with the acclaimed artist, Andrew Adkins. But before we get to our interview, here's a sneak peek at his incredible song, Mostly Ouroboros.
Myself off, straighten up my tie, stand with conviction, live like a poet's no prediction. If there's friction, bail, your soul's not theirs to sell. Could you lend me a hand? Keep my nose onto the grind, keep my mind occupied. When your walls shatter and the ground starts to quake, you hit a fever pitch and you're starting to shake. Your cup running over, over and over.
Well, hello, Andrew. How are you?
Good. How's it? Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Happy almost New Year. Andrew, you are coming directly from Nashville, and here I am in New York City. And this is what I love about Phoenix 360. We can be anywhere in the country, let alone the world, and still connect. And I'm so excited. The audience just got a sneak peek of your incredible talent. You wrote, performed, and directed that music video and song, Mostly Ouroboros. Talk to me a little bit about, Andrew, the impetus behind creating the song, and then also the concept behind the music video.
It was just one of those things. Like, I've always been a fan of artists that I've always thought music videos, specifically for this whatever song, I always felt they should be a visual representation, almost like a tiny movie, like a short film in a way. So I've never been a fan of like the type of videos that you just you're up on there lip syncing with your band, playing the guitar. I'd rather have more of a cinematic type of thing. So I've always kind of took that approach, towards making videos. And this one just came around. Mostly Ouroboros was it was the third single off my last record, which came out about a year ago. Which is, by the way, streamable on all the platforms, by the way. But yeah, I don't know. It was just the song is just kind of like a sort of a dizzying account of sobriety, actually, is what it's about, kind of going sober. Not that I'm of that ilk as of right now, but it wasn't necessarily about me. I tend to write about other people and different things other than myself in my own music. But yeah, this is a song about kind of going through the detox and kind of landing on your feet and reacclimating yourself to normalcy.
I mean, I think we're all in need of a detox of these past 2 years. I mean, but I think also, frankly, I think we've all had to do a detox throughout these 18 months, but not only of vices in terms of substances, but I think in terms of people. I think all of us as people have had to really investigate the superfluous in our life, in those things that are no longer serving us. So I feel like the song is very timely and timeless.
Well, I think that album that I released last year was almost it was almost a diary of 2020, of the craziness because I mean, what a roller coaster of a year. Obviously, the pandemic kind of led the way and broke down the doors, but you had the pandemic, Black Lives Matter, so many protests, the election year, there's all this rolled up in one. And you were watching, you know, we're all trapped in our homes and we're watching this kind of all unfold on social media and the television. And so it's a very surreal, you know, situation we all find ourselves in. And a lot of us are still going through.
Oh my God, we're
So,
still going through it. I mean, but
oh my gosh.
thank God we have artists like you, Andrew, where we get to kind of maybe heal a little bit, but also maybe see ourselves in the mirror. You're also an amazing storyteller. I just
Thank
want to
you.
comment on that. I'm curious, were you always as a kid listening to music, or if not that, also like, were you just always a great storyteller?
That's funny because as a kid, I was horrible in school because my mind was always elsewhere. You know, it was always music was like to me like my head, the inside of my head is just like a broken stereo that you can't shut off, and it's just constantly looping something after another, and that's how it's always been since I can remember. You know, so I could be in the classroom and I'm thinking of an album, I'm thinking of a song. So my mind's always been set to sort of entertain myself because I get so, especially as a kid, I got so bored with everything I was supposed to do, you know, school and responsible things at the time. So I'd always distract myself. But the funny thing is, I was a terrible student, but I always excelled in like English and like artistic stuff. Feel like I just, if I had a chance to express myself, I would just do it, like, you know, before they could finish telling me. And so I've always just loved, you know, the freedom to any sort of artistic medium, be it drawing, storytelling, writing songs, painting pictures, whatever. I just like to create a mood.
You're
And
a
invite
true
people
artist,
into it.
my friend. True artist
you.
with a capital A. You have had your songs placed on so many different programs, television, film. Are there any in particular that when you saw a placement, you're like, oh my God, that's cool?
Yeah. Let me see. There was a, and it's funny because it wasn't that big of a film, but it was like a star-studded. It was just kind of a sort of, I think, a passion project for a lot of these actors, because, you know, you have actors that'll do big blockbusters and then they'll do kind of like an indie film, you know, to sort of get their own artistic expression out. So there's this movie called Cymbeline, which came out, I think it was 2000, and it was the first movie, it was the first major like kind of trailer that I ever had a song in. And there's all these people like Ed Harris, you know, Dakota Johnson, and Mila Jovovich, like all these people that I've kind of seen growing up or whatever. And so to see my music with all that, with all those actors kind of, you know, playing a part of that, it was pretty surreal. And then, yeah, so that was kind of that. And then I had a song in the trailer for Colin Hanks did a movie called All Things Must Pass, which is based on the Tower Records saga, you know. So watching that was cool because, you know, you had like Paul McCartney, David Grohl, and like all these Elton John, all these musical kind of dignitaries. And then there's my song playing in the background. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Well, pretty cool. That's amazing. But you deserve to be in that company. Now listen, Andrew,
Thank you.
I can speak with you forever, but I want to let our audience know, for more on the amazing Andrew Adkins, you can read more about him right below this video. Andrew, final question for you, my friend. If you could give advice to young Andrew, what would it be?
Oh gosh, so many things. I would write myself a book. But if I can summarize everything, I think, you know, little Andrew, be prepared, man, because there's a wild ride awaiting you, but be also sensible and smart. Trust your heart and gut, and do what feels best. Do what makes you feel alive and part of something, you know. And I think that's what music has been for me. And I guess as a small child, I'd always hoped to be a part of something like that. So I'm very grateful every day that I'm able to do what I do.
Amen, my friend. Amen. Well, listen, Andrew, I'm so excited you're coming on board this amazing new social media app, but also I'm so excited and grateful that we are now connected.
Absolutely. It's been a pleasure.